Chapter 19, verse 30. When Jesus received the sour wine, he said, "It is finished," and he bowed down his head and gave his spirit. Many people think Jesus said it is finished, that he has suffered many pains, that which he has suffered on the cross, so the painful, but it is not true. That he didn't say it is finished, that he was suffering from the pain. He just said it in a victory voice, with a loud voice, said, "It has finished. It is finished. I have completed all the tasks that my Father has given to me." So he shouted, he cried out with a victory, that he pushed himself up one more time, filled his lungs with the air, and shout out for the entire world to hear, "It is finished." So the word finish is taken from the Greek called Thessalonia, which means the debt was paid. Here Jesus is saying all the debt was paid. I have paid your debt. Whatever you have done, whatever the sin you have did, all the sins have forgiven. I paid debt. So a normal person who could not give his blood, or who could not die for you, he can't give the sacrifice whatever the Jesus has did on Calvary. Normal person could not pay the debt. He couldn't also. Only the Son of God who can pay all the sin with a debt. With his blood, he poured on the Calvary all his sacrifice, so that the debt was paid. In John chapter 17, verse 4, "I glorified you on the earth. I have finished the work which you have given to me do." Here, Jesus, in this chapter, Jesus is saying to his Father, "Father, I have completed your work." Jesus saying to his Father that I have completed your work which you have instructed me to do. I have paid full debt behalf of this man. Just because to remove the barrier between the Father and you, he just sacrificed. He has to bear everything. He has crushed, he was punished, he was abused, and he was humiliated on the earth with lots of pain and also lots of sacrifice. He has poured your blood, and then we removed the barrier between you and the Father. So in Old Testament they'll say a criminal would stone to the death, or he would shed blood, cut his nail, and shed his blood throughout the Jerusalem. Here, anyone can't do any of the sin will be leads to the death, but only the Son of God who can pour the blood, who can shed the blood and cut the vein to remove all the barriers between the Father and you. He has sacrificed his own void. So that the reason the Son of God came to us, he shed his blood for you. He didn't hide himself to face from splitting. He didn't even open his mouth. In Roma, all the Roman soldiers were beaten him, slander him, and also he got a beatings and abused. But still he didn't even open his mouth. But he said, "Father, I have completed your task. I have paid full debt that which you have given me. I have removed all the barriers to just forsake of these humans. I have finished the race. It is finished. It is finished. It is finished." So here, what we are going to learn from the word of "it is finished." Here, it is not just a one word. It has a Jesus. Here, the Jesus life has been seen. See, what is the purpose of Jesus' life to come to the earth? What is the purpose of the focus? What is the life of focus? What is the lives of the obedience? We must be willing to suffer to achieve the God's purpose. These four things Jesus' life has been described. These four things is the only thing that Jesus described to bear this on the cross with the lots of pain. But he didn't even say, "Father, why are you doing to me?" He gave up the spirit, but he didn't even say a single word that on the cross he says, Father, forgive them, they don't know what they are doing. And the first word was this: everyone is cursing him, everyone is abusing him, everyone is beating him, but still he said, Father, don't blame them, please forgive them, they don't know what they're doing. How can he say that word? Also, it is finished, not a word. He's saying, I have completed the human race, and I have given I have removed the barriers between you and my Father. So he's saying he has finished the race of human. It is not just a finish, that it is the end of his life. It is not he is not saying it is the end. He's just speaking, I completed my task that Father has given me. It is the purpose of his life. When Jesus was on 12 years old, he has gone through with his mother Passover feast, where he was missing. Mother Mary was worried about the Jesus, where is my son? And he asked Jesus, son, where were you? I was worried about you. Then the Jesus said, you don't know what I am going to, what is my purpose? Here I came to this world to finish my Father's task. So Father has given his task. To complete the task, he never give up in his life. So that is the purpose of his life, and his focus of his priorities was high, where instead of living scatter, shout, or living, what is your aim? You ever thought about your aims? You carefully listen. We'll say many difficulties are come to in our life, but we'll say we'll just give up in every situation. That Jesus has faced many difficulty, but he never give up. He just focused what the Father has given his task. He just focus on his mission, that why he came to earth, to just protect the life of humans and remove the barriers between my Father and you. Just also in Philippians chapter 2:8, he humbled himself to become obedient to death. Here you will see Jesus obey his Father's commandment. Whatever Jesus is God, even though he is a God, but still in his earthly life he willing to obey his Father. He willing to obey his Father's rules. He willing to obey whatever his Father say. So he humbled himself and become obedient. Opposite of the independent action, it means living obedience to God is not to ourselves. So obedience to Father, my dear brothers and sisters, obey your parents, obey to the God, obey to your elders, obey to your respected person in your life. Whatever they say, just obey to them. Not to say that I can't obey them, how I can obey? They are not my friends, they are not my parents. Not you should not say that words. You have to obey the elders in every situation. Whatever they say, you have to obey. God has given you many opportunity in the life. You have to obey that. You don't know whether God has come, you didn't obey my words. You have to see, I should obey my God's purpose. I should obey my God's words. So when Jesus came to Passover week, Passion Week, he has faced many difficulties in every situation. There are many situations that he has to give up, but he never give up. In the when he was in the fasting, and that time Satan was tempted him in many situations, but he didn't even give up in not even a single second. He achieved the God purpose for our life. He didn't give up just because it was so difficult to do. He is willing to suffer whatever is necessary to complete task. He has done whatever Jesus has done on the cross, which he has complete his Father's plans for our life. I'm asking the one question, my dear friends. Today is the day you are going to die. Can you all identify? Can you all think about that my life has a purpose? That teacher has a pastor, has a student, has an employee in your life. You have a purpose or not? Parent, you are doing the good work or not? Where is your focus, and what is your purpose towards your life? So Think about, my dear friends and my dear friends, just think about it. Ask yourself that what is what is the purpose of my life, what is the purpose that we are going to live. Ask yourself that Jesus has completed his task. He has the purpose to be do. Just because of remove the barriers between you and me, has he shed the blood, and he also he got the crush here, so humiliated, he got many things, he got crushed, he has slandered, he has punished, has crushed, but still he didn't even open his mouth. Just because he want to complete the task which his father has given. Ask yourself, my dear brothers and sister, just ask yourself that what is the purpose you are going to do. Even though this is a Good Friday, but you don't know what is the purpose that God has sent you on the earth with. What is the purpose of life, what you are going to live. Amen.